Hi ladies, Sandy here, and I did something a little different this time. This is a little 4.5 by 5.5 SugarBritches journal that I love to do. I like the detail and the small, and this little image that I used on the front I had to use. I just love it. And I titled this one Sophie Marie. And Sophie Marie has influenced once I get that cover done, then I go with it. And so anyway, the inside cover, I tried to stamp this with this wonderful stamp, but it hit and miss. It says uniquely handmade, limited edition, which it is, one of a kind. And I made a little pocket and did a little stitching with a pen. It's not embroidery this time. But, and a little card, which I write on the back, the year, the title, handmade by me. And then I found this digital with these wonderful snow bunnies, and I'm so bad I've got to start writing down the digital artist. And I did a few little stitches here, but that little snow bunny sort of, to me, it went with her. And so then I got to thinking, okay, this is sort of like, okay, this is taking on a theme. This would be great for a granddaughter's birthday or something special for a daughter, an older daughter, to keep for her children. That's what people buy these for a lot of times. If you want your children to be intelligent, read them fairy tales. That is an Albert Einstein quote, and I had to use that. I thought that was interesting. And this image, to me, sort of looked like Sophie Marie on the front. Loved the whole theme, and this little girl, so cute, innocent, sweet. I just sort of go with layers of lace. I coffee dye the paper. Sometimes I coffee dye the images and the lace. So I have bits and pieces of different things. Every fairy tale counts. And this little girl with her little owl was exceptionally cute. Of course, it's winter, and in Georgia, we don't have a lot of snow and cold weather, but last week we had some pretty cold weather. So I went with these different images. Someday you will be old enough to start reading fairy tales again, and that's a C.S. Lewis quote. And I've layered the lace like I like to do on these little ones, especially. Write the next chapter of your fairy tale, and this little bunny and this little girl, so cute. And I found that image on the internet, and I've had to use her. In fairy tales, dreams come true. Little Mouse by Carrie Ann, my Shabby Art Boutique. Once upon a time seemed to fit this little munchkin. I thought she was sitting in the woods dreaming about the little fairies, fairy life. Sometimes they have such a sullen look, it almost looks sad, but they're always so beautiful. I had to use them. And this one, look at that face. A little birdie told me. The little hat and the little birds. And this one I've used a couple times. I love this little girl and her bunny. I actually just finished one for granddaughter who's getting ready to have her first child, so it will be our great granddaughter, and I used her in that. And this is a lace pocket, and got a little notepad on the back of each of these. And that's the same image as on the front. I'm probably going to put some buttons on there. This one I thought was sweet too. The animals and the forest and the holly. And I've used tea-dyed tissue paper, polka dot tissue paper. I like to do that. I like the inexpensive tissue paper with tiny little polka dots. This one had gold, but I wanted to use that on the back and tea dye it and then make them more muted. And I have put, I didn't tell you that back here, I've put cheesecloth that I coffee dyed in and around these images. And I like to layer a lot of things. It gives it so much interest. And just like the laces right here, I layer them. And just another day in fairyland was sort of typical. It was a good quote to me for Peter Rabbit hopping along the top of some wood stabilized by ancient stones. I'm not paying attention. I'm hoping this is in frame. Magic moments. I've used this one before too. These sweet little children feeding the birds. Little winter scenes. And I always leave them like this. You can put your own quotes, pictures, notes to yourself, whoever you're giving it to. Three Musketeers. These little guys. I found that image and went, oh my gosh. I can't wait to do something with that. I think I'm going to do a sketch of them and hit them with some watercolor and I do that sometimes, put my original watercolors in the books. Fairy Wisdom. This was a little dark, but I like the way the moon is shining up there and the sunflowers and things. And she's got her little firefly lantern, her little nightgown on. It's just sweet. Soften it up with layers of lace. So you've got room to write, you've got room to store little things. And here's another little pocket with a notepad on it, a bigger notepad, and some more little wood fairies. And here's the back. It's a little girl walking off in the distance of maybe toward the woods. Another little mouse, my hallmark. And there's the spine. I don't know, I may have this too. There's the front. You can see all the lace. I like to, I don't know, probably because all my life I have done hand embroidery and was an antique dealer at one point for a long time, and lace, old doilies, the stories that they hold is just, I always said I was the keeper of the quilts because I just always collected them, and especially ones that families weren't interested in keeping. So anyway, this is there's a rattler. This is Sophie Marie. Very sweet, very just rewarding to look at and hold. One of the people who bought my work said seeing them in the video is one thing, but to hold one of these little journals that you make is sheer heaven, which I thought was such a sweet compliment. But she's 95, and I ship her priority, which is another $10. I do ship in the United States. I don't mess with international stuff at this time. But so you can either go to my Facebook page, Sandy Simpson, private message me, or message me on here. I don't have a website. I just create, put them on my Facebook page. I'm in a couple groups, and I put them on here. And if you're interested, then I ship them. So you can let me know if she talks to you. You need her in your life. I'll be glad to ship her off to you. Sophie Marie. So have a great day on this interesting rainy day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you. Bye.